Channel. My name is EdieAnne. I'm an independent superstar director with Scentsy. I've been with Scentsy for about 8 years, and I am the superstar director of the TPS family, otherwise known as Team Positive Scents. That's us. I have something that I want to talk with you guys about that is kind of coming from my own place of understanding. It might... This is really towards consultants and leaders within Scentsy, or within any direct sales for that matter. And it might not bode well with some people, because I know that this is potentially a topic of discussion. And I feel that my view is not the end-all be-all. I understand that, and it is definitely an opinion of mine based on my knowledge, my experiences, and experiences that I've witnessed through others. So in an organization, especially direct sales, because there are different levels of leadership, I feel that we often run into this snafu of, it's my team. And this is going to blend into the rest of this topic, because first of all, we don't own our teams. In direct sales, we are a leader, we're a sponsor, we're a upline, we're whatever you want to call it. We are somebody that a recruit or a new consultant or a new representative can go to find resources. We are part of their resources, okay? And we don't own them. We don't own our team, although in some respects I think that the term ownership would come from if you were ever to want to sell your team. I suppose in that sense you would be an owner of them, but you don't own the people, you own the business. And so we are all independent. I know for Scentsy specifically, we're independent consultants. We're not dependent consultants, we're independent consultants. And that means that we have the beauty and the privilege of owning our own business, running our own business. Yes, it's like a franchise where there are rules and regulations from the corporate head office. But as far as our business itself, we can basically run it the way that we want to within the guidelines of our consultant agreement. Okay? All consultants, all leaders, no matter what your title is, have to follow those same standards, those same guidelines. And so we are considered all of us, no matter what level, what title, what leadership position you have, we are all independent business owners. When you're an independent business owner, okay, so for instance, my daughter is a business partner of mine. So the business owns myself and my daughter. I don't own my daughter, although because she's my daughter, I might say that I do. Just kidding. She is a grown adult at this point. I don't own what she does. I can't control what she does. I'm not going to micromanage her life because it's hers. It's the same for a business. I can't micromanage my team. One, by micromanaging, you are trying to control how people do things, how they learn, how they get information, and ultimately we don't have the rights to do that. We don't have the rights to do that. So the reason that I'm talking about this, the reason that I talked about not owning your team, not micromanaging your team, and understanding that we are all, no matter what level or title or leadership level we're at, we don't own our teams. We're all independent. We are all independent. Independent means that I can go and find resources wherever I want. Nobody can tell me that I can't train with so-and-so or that I can't train with so-and-so. Now, as a leader, I can tell my team, here are some of the better resources for you through my experience. These resources might help you more, but I can't tell them, hey, you can't go to so-and-so and do their training. You can't go to such and such and do, a training with them. I can't do that. I can try. Physically, I can try and say, you cannot do that. But ultimately, as an independent person, I can choose to say, I don't want to go by that. I want to go to that training. I want to do that for myself and for my team and for the knowledge that I'm going to gain from that experience. So I know there's a lot of leaders that are out there that say, only me, only this team, only this resource, only this, and this. And that is your prerogative. But I'm here to tell you that no matter if you tell them only this, and this, they don't have to follow that. They can choose to do whatever training they want. So let me give you a little bit of an experience through an example. There is a brand new consultant that just signed up under somebody, and this sponsor, this somebody, has not reached back. So in other words, maybe they found them through the consultant locator, maybe they found them online. I don't know how they found them, but they found them and they signed up under them. And this sponsor becomes lack of interest, for better terms. They don't become involved in this consultant. They don't train this consultant. They don't really reach out to this consultant. So this consultant, as an independent consultant, is going to find resources. Hopefully, they're going to find resources to help them get started. A lot of times they go to YouTube, right? They'll find somebody like me who does trainings. Sometimes they'll go to consultant support. Consultant support will help them. Sometimes they go to the training center, and the training center will help them. Now, ultimately, those might be on the list of preferred resources that some leaders might suggest, right? The training center, consultant support. But you can't stop them from going to YouTube and watching videos. You can't stop them from following a feed on Instagram of somebody that's a consultant and watching them. You can't stop them from doing that. You just can't. You cannot physically stop them unless you're over at their house and you're sitting on them saying you cannot, and you take away their internet, you take away their computer. You can't. It's physically impossible. And so why would you stress yourself out as a leader trying to have that control? Okay, so now let's take a different scenario and experience. We have a new consultant. The new consultant has a great sponsor, great upline, lots of resources available to them just within that sponsor and that director. And they choose to go to YouTube and find some YouTube videos that they want to train more on. Or they go to their upline's upline, superstar directors above them. Maybe they have a superstar director they connect with, but they go to another superstar director above them. Or a different superstar director on a different team because they connect with them. The way that I see that, one, you can't control it. You just can't. I'm sorry, you can't. There's no physical possible way that you can control somebody from. You're not going to fire them. You can't fire them for going to seek out resources. You can't. You cannot shelter your team to just your team. You can't do it. And my thought is, why would you want to? Why would you want to stunt the growth of a team member who might not be clicking with the resources that you are offering and go and seek out other resources somewhere else. If other people are, oh wow, that is a hawk. Sorry. If their resource gathering consists of other people who are willing to share that knowledge, like me, for instance, why would you want to stop them from it? Yeah, granted, there can be some times that they're going to get misinformation, but you know what? They're going to get misinformation regardless. And so then as their sponsor, director, and upline, you want to make sure that you are providing the right information at a readily basis, whether it's through a Facebook group or a potential email every now and then. Right? At least you can be providing them the information that they need along with everything else that there's 3 more hawks right there. There must be some carcass somewhere. I just feel like I would not want to stunt anybody on my team's growth. I encourage them to go to outside training. I encourage them to go to other people for information. And one of the reasons for that is because I'm not a guru, and I'm not perfect, or I'm not knowledgeable in everything that this business offers. There are people out there that are better than me in some topics. Right? I mean, I might be the guru for Facebook parties, but I'm probably not the guru for home parties because I don't do a lot of them. I do enough to know what I'm doing and to have great results, but maybe there's somebody out there that does them much better than me. Do you see what I'm saying? So why would you want, as a team leader, why would you want to not encourage even that your team members go out and seek out as much knowledge as they possibly can from other people in this industry? That's my opinion through my experience and through my knowledge, that you can gain so much more from an individual on your team who is going to seek out information. And can I just tell you, somebody who's that eager to seek out information, I know wants to be successful. I know they do. You know, my upline's upline sends out postcards congratulating them on promotions. That's awesome. I don't feel like that's stepping on my toes. That's fantastic. I think that that's incredible that my upline would include my group in projects or things that they're doing for the community, maybe. I think it really boils down to your perspective on what this business can bring to your team. And so I think that creating this stifled, boxed in effort to have your team only communicate with you and not your upline is detrimental to your business. I truly believe that. I truly believe that it is detrimental to your business to not allow your team to spread their wings. You wouldn't do that to your child. You're not going to keep them home with you for the rest of your life. You let them go to college. The information that you taught them and gave them is valuable, but it's not enough. Why would you do that to your team if you wouldn't even do it to your own child? Those are my opinions and my thoughts today. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. I don't want to have a heated discussion of, I don't know. I just don't want this to become a tornado effect of negativity. Because again, this is my thoughts, my opinions. I have the right to them. Some of you may agree and some of you may not agree. And that's okay. That's the beauty of our lives, right? So, I want you all to have an amazing day. Make it an amazing day for somebody else, and I will see you on our next video. Bye.